I'm tired of the Ascension 201 attack.
Oh! Ball of man! Tommy needs some help out here.
You wanna fight?
Oh, the numbers game again.
How many times can they do this to Hideo?
Another 2-on-1 assault.
I'm not leaving.
There he is. Hideo Itami, ready to take on the Ascension.
I bring a friend.
Wow! We have heard so much about Finn Bálor, and he is here tonight.
Guys, this is a world-renowned superstar, and I can't wait for this.
Look at this, Itami and Finn Bálor taking it to the Ascension.
I don't think I've ever seen the Ascension in this situation before.
And listen to the reaction for Finn Bálor. Finn Bálor and Hideo Itami cleaning house on Connor and Victor. The Ascension wiped out of the hands of Itami and Bálor. What a debut for Finn Bálor here tonight with Hideo Itami on NXT. Welcome to NXT here at Full Sail University, and guys, what a debut 1 week ago for Finn Bálor.
What a debut. This man burst on the scene. He was a one-man wrecking crew. He did something to the Ascension that no one was able to do for 1 year. He left them laying.
And you said it, Jason, left the Ascension laying. I haven't been more impressed with an NXT Superstars debut, and I can't even remember when. Guys, buckle up. We're in for a big one tonight, kicking it off with that man, Finn Bálor.
One of the most highly touted international superstars, making his debut 1 week ago with Hideo Itami right here on NXT.
Yeah, not only highly touted, but comes here to NXT, the new guy, and right from the start, leaves his footprint on Full Sail University.
My name is Finn Bálor. And I'm here at NXT because I am the future.
Finn, I'm sure you have a riveting life story, but the problem is nobody cares, especially me, fat. You've been here for what, a cup of coffee, and I'm supposed to pretend that you're the guy? I was brought into this business the right way, as a heart. And as a heart, the first thing we're taught is respect, something you clearly lack. Fact.
You know what, Tyson is absolutely right. It feels like every single week a new big international superstar arrives, walks down this aisle, gets some cool music, and thinks he's a top guy. Well, here's the thing. You gotta get through us first. We're gonna show you exactly how far away from the top you are, buddy.
This might not be good for Finn Bálor. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
And look at this, guys. Hideo Itami making his way down to the ring, taking the back of his friend, Finn Bálor.
As Finn Bálor did for Hideo Itami last week. Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel thinking twice now. Even numbers in there.
Yeah, look at that. It was easy to talk a big game. Can you walk it?
Well, hang on. Guys, there's a referee in the ring. Are we going to have a match?
Wow, what a treat this is.
According to William Regal, this is now turned into a tag team match.
All right, guys, what a way to kick off NXT.
What a treat.
Told you it was going to be a big night.
Guys, General Manager William Regal signing this match on the spot. Hideo Itami and Finn Bálor. Tag team matchup here against Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd. And, well, Jason Albert, sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for.
You got to be careful what you wish for. You know, in my opinion, Tyson Kidd just doesn't like the new generation of superstars that are coming up.
And why should he? I don't think it's a personal thing. It's business. I mean, this is his territory. This man's been in WrestleMania. He's been a WWE champion. He's not going to let the new kids just walk onto the scene and take his space. Come on.
I don't know if that's the point, Alex Riley. He said that Finn Bálor has no respect. Let me tell you something about respect. This guy came up in the Japanese dojos.
I'll tell you something. Respect is earned, and he just got to NXT, and this is the place you earn respect.
Oh! And look at Finn Bálor with a drop kick. Tyson Kidd apparently wanting no part of things here tonight. Tagging in Justin Gabriel, and now Gabriel flat on his back. Here goes Bálor to the top.
Tyson Kidd pulling Justin Gabriel out of harm's way. Oh,
and look at Finn Bálor!
Wow!
My goodness! Finn Bálor making his statement here as this tag team match continues.
I'm a warrior who can text at the speed of light.
The Celtic Crusader doesn't fight much crime.
Shenanigans. I'm sensing a bully.
But he's brogue-kicking bullying with his super speed texting tips.
And the Celtic Crusader saves the day!
Join the Celtic Crusader and play the bully text game. Text STAR to 38383.
Taco stand against booties. Darn you, autocorrect.
You don't have to be super, just super-ish.
Any cause, any time, anywhere.
We're back here on NXT. General Manager William Regal making this impromptu tag team matchup. Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd against Hideo Itami and Finn Bálor. And, well, Jason Albert, something that you mentioned earlier, Tyson Kidd telling Finn Bálor he doesn't know anything about respect.
He doesn't know anything about respect. Finn Bálor came up in the New Japan dojo where he had to clean toilets every day, discipline the ring daily. He had to do laundry for all the superstars. This man knows a lot about respect.
And Tyson Kidd wasn't a part of the Hart dungeon. He wasn't one of the final graduates. He hasn't paid his dues around the world
Here's
as well.
Hideo Itami trying to put away Justin Gabriel in a kick out at 2.
Alex Riley,
And
don't
accomplished so much here at NXT and the WWE. I think Hideo Itami does need to learn some respect for the superstars here.
Hideo Itami has Tokon. You know what Tokon means in Japanese? It means fighting spirit.
Listen to that chop by Finn Bálor. Bálor, known internationally as having some of the stiffest chops in the business, and look at that kick. Justin Gabriel with a drop kick, and now Finn Bálor down to the outside.
Lesson learned right there by Finn Bálor. Do not take your eyes off the prize. That
Tag
cost
made
him
it,
right
Tyson
there.
Kidd, the legal man. Wasting no time, neck breaker on the outside.
Hideo Itami and Finn Bálor certainly cannot underestimate for 1 second Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel. Justin Gabriel, another former tag team champion in the WWE.
The referee starting the count as Justin Gabriel was tagged, and listen to that chop.
And guys, these two work so well together, Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd. Back in WrestleMania 28, they were tag team partners. They opened the show, so they know each other
Justin
very
Gabriel
well.
for the victory. Quick kick out at 1 by Bálor.
I can't say the same for Hideo Itami and Finn Bálor.
You know, Justin Gabriel has gone to Tyson Kidd in the past when he was in a slump to help him get out of that slump.
Yep.
I agree, these two do work well together. But Finn Bálor and Hideo Itami, they know each
Have a
other
lot to
just
prove.
as well.
Have a lot to prove.
They
is what
know
you're
each
trying
other.
to say.
They've been proven around the world.
Stiff kick by Gabriel, the tag to Tyson Kidd. Oh, look at that teamwork. Tyson Kidd for the victory here. Hooks the leg and a kick out. Into the corner, Tyson Kidd. Big forearm smashes.
And I'm so impressed
Wow, look
with
at
Tyson
this.
Kidd as of late. So comfortable, and look at this. So aggressive, getting so comfortable on the microphone, and because of NXT now getting more opportunities in WWE, he's really catching his stride.
Some may say he's getting more of these opportunities because of his wife,
Oh,
Natalia.
come on.
Well, guys, Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel perhaps on the same sort of trajectory. Some of the old guard trying to reestablish themselves here at NXT. Well, as Finn Bálor said, I am the future. He and Hideo Itami representing the future of not only NXT, but perhaps WWE as well.
Yeah, we had an old phrase back at Boston College, don't talk about it, be about it. And you can talk about it all day long if you're Finn Bálor, but you have to be about it. And that's going to take some time here at NXT.
Quick tags in and out by Gabriel and Tyson Kidd. Suplex.
Oh, not in a good position right here.
Justin Gabriel. Look at this, arm submission.
Wow. Finn Bálor in a lot of trouble right now. See as Hideo Itami looks on.
Bálor fighting to get to his feet. Gabriel trying to keep things locked in. A well-placed knee to the gut. And another tag, and these guys are very fluid tonight, Kidd and Gabriel.
Yeah, they've worked with each other for a very long time, Rich. I told you, dating all the way back to WrestleMania 28.
To that point, you know, Finn and Hideo, they are good friends, but they have not worked together in the past. Wow!
Soccer-style kick. And the opening
connected.
for Finn Bálor. Can he get to the corner and make a tag?
That was that old Pele kick.
Here comes
Here comes
Hideo Itami.
Hideo.
Those strong kicks
Brutal
by
kicks.
Itami. Whoa! What a kick!
That could be it.
Cover, Hideo trying to put away Tyson Kidd. And a kick out at 2. What a way to start off NXT here tonight in this tag team matchup. And look at Tyson Kidd.
Great counter. Great resilient counter right there out of Tyson Kidd. Here comes a high flyer.
Springboard, and look at that counter by Hideo Itami. Is that enough? Hooks the leg of Justin Gabriel, and in comes Tyson Kidd to break it up.
Good thing Tyson Kidd was there for that. Oh,
Whoa!
leg screw, that was beautiful.
Tag made to Finn Bálor. Another nice kick by Bálor. Everybody in the ring.
Oh, we've seen this before.
Did this against Ascension.
1 week ago in the debut. Finn Bálor still legal. Justin
Perched up
Gabriel.
top.
In a rough spot. Here comes Bálor. Diving double foot stomp. Is that enough to put Justin Gabriel away? There it is.
Here are your winners, the team of Finn Bálor and Hideo Itami.
How about that team right now, Alex Riley? How good do they look?
I tell you what, I hate to admit that you're right, ever, but that was a solid performance. Starting with this. Look at this. Double kicks in the corner for Hideo Itami, and Finn Bálor finished by this. A flying stomp.
Wow.
It made me look so bad. Just too much. Very impressive.
An impromptu match here tonight, and Finn Bálor and Hideo Itami, very, very impressive in their first official match here at NXT.
What a way to start.
Guys, have you ever seen a more impressive debut from a brand new team here at NXT?
I'll tell you what, Finn Bálor, he talked the talk and he walked the walk. He backed it up, Alex
And
Riley.
I hate saying you're right, I really do. It pains me, but you were right. They did look very good together. Fantastic, yeah, check.
Well, welcome in here to NXT tonight. Rich Brennan alongside Alex Riley and Jason Albert. Guys, what a main event we have tonight. Sami Zayn taking on Adrian Neville for the NXT Championship. But guys, it is not the first time those two have squared off in the ring. We take you back to 1 year ago, right here on NXT, when Zayn and Neville battled in a #1 contenders matchup.
The bottom line is he knows what's at stake. He knows I'm gonna do whatever I've gotta do, whether it's versus an enemy or a friend.
Tonight's not about friendship. It's about one thing. It's about the NXT Championship.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a #1 contenders match for the NXT Championship.
Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn have known each other since their first match in England in 2006. They've competed against each other all over the world, and now they have an opportunity on a tremendous stage here in front of the NXT universe. Neville, whoa, 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 oh! There's the cover, Zayn might have it on Neville. Oh, Adrian's still in it. Adrian's still in this match.
I cannot believe that these two men are both still functioning in the ring at this point. These men want this NXT Championship.
Whoa. Well, look out. Oh, Neville. Neville with the cover. Oh, man. Adrian Neville is stunned. This could be the opportunity Neville needs. Does he have enough in him to get the red arrow connected? There's the red arrow. He got it. He got it. Neville the cover. Neville did it.
Here's your winner, and new #1 contender for the NXT Championship, Adrian Neville.
Please welcome my guest at this time, NXT superstar Sami Zayn.
Devin?
Hi, Sami. Can you tell us your thoughts heading into tonight's match against the NXT champion, Adrian Neville?
Well, you know, I have a lot of thoughts. I can tell you about how I think Adrian Neville's been a great champion for close to a year now, you know. That would be very true. But, you know, above all else, I just feel like this is different. Something about tonight is very different from other opportunities I've had in the past. And this road to redemption thing that we've been talking about, it's not just a clever way to label a couple of important wins. I feel like this is destiny. Destiny coming together. And the thing about destiny is it never ever makes mistakes. I think tonight's going to unfold exactly how it's supposed to.
Our main event still to come with the NXT title on the line, but up next, it's the boss, Sasha Banks, ready for action against the Sovereign of Sparkle, Alexa Bliss. Divas action right here on NXT.
All Rosa wanted was to spend time with her son. Then she came up with an idea that would change everything. Now, with some help from her friends, she's making it happen. And she's about to show the world that it's never too late to be back on top. Queens of the Ring. Own it on DVD and digital download now.
The following contest is a Divas match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Boston, Massachusetts, Sasha Banks.
Welcome back here to NXT as we get set for Divas action here tonight. And Meanwhile, Sasha Banks, the boss, flanked by Becky Lynch, a new alliance here in NXT.
She's brainwashed Becky Lynch.
Oh, come on. Becky Lynch is a grown woman. She's an NXT diva. She can make choices for herself. And if you ask me, she made the right choice in teaming with Sasha Banks.
And speaking of teaming together, guys, it was 1 week ago here on NXT when Sasha and Becky defeated the team of Bayley and Charlotte.
And they did it illegally. There was a little pulling of the tights there that the referee missed.
Illegal? Did the referee catch it? Then it's not illegal.
Still doesn't make it right. Well, this young lady better have her head on a swivel. Alexa Bliss bringing back the sparkle and the glitter blizzard here to NXT.
And her opponent from Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss.
And take a look right there. It's been a while since we've seen Alexa Bliss in action, but guys, in her debut, she had a very impressive victory over Alicia Fox in the #1 contenders tournament for the women's title some months ago, but still looking to reestablish herself and stake her claim inside the women's division here at NXT.
Yeah, and I see Alexa Bliss around the Performance Center a lot. She's a tremendous athlete, this young lady, and she reminds me of a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader almost. She has that type of presence and that type of aura about her.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? It means she's a beautiful athletic woman. You don't know anything about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders? I do, sorry.
Guys, speaking of beautiful and athletic, well, in the November issue of Muscle and Fitness magazine, Jason, something you were part of. Oh, cover here and a kick out by Bliss.
You were not in
at
Muscle
2.
and Fitness magazine.
I was in Muscle and Fitness magazine.
You were not.
Before you were.
I have no respect for Muscle and Fitness anymore if you were in there.
Well, guys, there's a story on the training that takes place at the WWE Performance Center. Quite an interesting article.
I'll tell you, it was a great article. We had a reporter come down and participate in the camp run by Bill DeMont, and he got to see what it takes to be a WWE
Sasha
superstar.
for the victory, trying to put away Bliss, and another kick out at 2.
And he said it was one of the most difficult things he ever partaked in his entire life.
Completely agree with that.
Sasha Banks in control of this matchup right now. The boss, who has been lobbying for an opportunity to face Charlotte for the NXT Women's Championship. And look at this submission maneuver.
Look at this. And that's just being creative, being inventive, and applying a submission right there. Sasha Banks always so impressive here at NXT.
Alexa Bliss might be forced to tap out right
could
here.
Be it,
She's in a bad position right now, but don't count on
Oh, look
Alexa
at that
Bliss.
counter! Look at that counter and a kick out by Banks. Said Sasha looking for an opportunity at the NXT Women's Championship, and in that tag team match last week, Sasha didn't seem too eager at times to get involved. And look at Alexa Bliss with that
Like a little spark plug. Oh, beautiful, beautiful!
Whoa. Sunset bomb flip and a kick out. Big clothesline by Alexa Bliss. And look at that drop kick. Sasha Banks, oh, there it is!
Look at that.
She calls it. She calls it the Bank statement. Submission move. Crossface locked in, and Alexa Bliss no choice but to give up.
Here's your winner by submission, Sasha Banks.
Well, guys, more and more impressed with Sasha Banks every day, and impressed with the woman standing behind her, Becky Lynch, and the fact that Sasha Banks is building another cabinet here at NXT, it seems like, just like the BFFs.
Aww, you okay? I hope you are watching that, Charlotte, because you have what I want, and that is the NXT Women's Championship. So how about we finally make it official? Actually, how about you just hand it over to me? Because I'm gonna beat you, and I'm gonna embarrass you anyway. And I'm gonna show you and the entire NXT universe why I am the baddest diva in NXT.
Sasha Banks issuing another challenge to the NXT Women's Champion Charlotte. It appears she wants it on her own terms.
Please welcome my guest at this time, NXT champion, Adrian Neville. Adrian, how do you feel about your title defense against Sami Zayn tonight?
Well, Sami's a good friend of mine, as everybody knows, and he's undoubtedly an incredible competitor. You know, no matter the situation, no matter the scenario, Sami's going to give 110%, and that's why everybody loves Sami. You know, I love Sami, but the fundamental difference between Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn, and Sami's proven this time after time, is that he can't win the big one. And we'll see that tonight. We'll see that tonight when I leave with the NXT Championship over my shoulder, and Sami leaves, once again, disappointed.
Well, many observers call them the most electrifying tag team in NXT. The NXT Tag Team Champions, Kalisto and Sin Cara. The Lucha Dragons are in action next.
Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage. Rage against the dying of the light. Rage. Rage against the dying of the light.
WWE 2K15. Feel it. Rated T for teen.
We are back here on NXT tonight, getting set for tag team action.
Contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first at a combined weight of 370 pounds, Sin Cara, Kalisto, the Lucha Dragons.
And guys, what a treat it is to see the NXT Tag Team Champions in action. What a night here it is on NXT. Later on in our main event, the NXT Championship will be defended when Adrian Neville goes one-on-one with Sami Zayn. We've been waiting a long time for that matchup, but right now, Sin Cara and Kalisto ready for action.
I tell you, Sin Cara and Kalisto, they proved a lot of people wrong. They proved me wrong. I didn't think they could beat the Ascension, but they did it. And what tag team champions these two are.
Yeah, but you're often wrong. That's not that impressive.
That is not true.
Opponents at a combined weight of 465 pounds, Buddy Murphy and Wesley Blake.
Oh, we got to look at Buddy Murphy and Wesley Blake in the #1 Contenders Battle Royal just a couple weeks back here, and all the Vaudevillains ended up winning that Battle Royal, becoming the new #1 contenders. They'll wait for an opportunity to face the Lucha Dragons for the Tag Team Championships, but Murphy and Blake, we've seen them in the past. They've been impressive.
Guys, I love these two, Blake and Murphy. I was talking to them before they came out here tonight, and they said they want to be known as the most functional tag team in NXT history. You know how impressive that is? They don't want to be the biggest stars. They don't want to do the coolest moves. They want to be the most functional and come away with the most wins. That's what impresses me about these two. I think they got a huge future here.
And, you know, and it pains me to say this, I will agree with you, Alex Riley. These two are always practicing at the Performance Center to get better.
The Lucha Dragons have actually faced Murphy and Blake in non-title competition just about a month ago right here on NXT. Alex, some of the chatter around the WWE Performance Center saying that the Lucha Dragons really haven't been tested since they faced the Ascension in their title rematch.
Well, I mean, they certainly haven't been tested. What did they hold the titles now for, 6 weeks? I mean, talk about Ascension, over 300 days? I mean, when you're comparing these two teams, no, they certainly haven't, Rich.
That's easy to say, but when you're facing the champions, you get the
look at this. Look at this strength by Buddy Murphy. Look at this. Oh! What a suplex by Buddy Murphy. And Kalisto covered, kick out.
Did you see the strength there? Amazing strength by Buddy Murphy. But going back to what you said, they have been tested, because when anyone who gets into the ring with these two, they're getting their best. They know the opportunity at stake is to become NXT Tag Team Champions.
So you're already comparing them to the Ascension.
I didn't
say that. Wesley Blake running clothesline, trying to put Kalisto away, cover, and a kick out at 2.
I feel the Lucha Dragons have to be careful. They need to evolve. They just can't be high flyers. That's what made the
Another
Ascension.
cover by Wesley Blake and a kick out.
That's what made the Ascension so good. They were able to adapt. They can ground and pound. They could fly. They were big. They were fast.
Tell you what,
tag, and here comes Buddy Murphy.
Yeah, they got to get through Wesley and Buddy first.
Raking the bootlaces right across the face of Kalisto.
I don't know if that's actually functional.
Yeah, with a mask on, is it?
Yes, yes.
I suppose it would hurt less. Regardless, Buddy Murphy trying to take control. Look at the air that he got on that knee drop. Covered, trying to put Kalisto away again. And Kalisto hanging in there. At this point, really needs to get over to his corner. Kalisto's been in there the entire time.
And Jason, the both of us spent a lot of time down at Performance Center, and I see the same thing tonight that I see at the Performance Center with both Blake and Murphy. It's flashes of brilliance. I mean, these guys can really put stuff together inside that ring.
Wesley Blake, cover, and again a kick out by Kalisto.
Yeah, unlike you, Alex Riley, I actually coach at the Performance Center.
I can't play and coach. I mean, I'm kind of like Jordan, but not that much.
What does Kalisto need to do right now?
Obviously needs to reach over and make a tag.
How does he get over there?
He's got to create some space, Rich. He's got to use his speed and stay away from the power. I mean, that's what these two really have in abundance, Blake and Murphy, is power.
Look at this.
Look
Wesley
what they're
Blake,
doing. They're applying this hold deep in their corner. Look at how the distance that Kalisto needs to get to tag Sin Cara.
Wesley Blake locking the leg. Look at the tag. Buddy Murphy.
Oh, no. That's gotta be good.
Whoa! That's going to be it.
Driving the face right into the mat. Cover, trying to put Kalisto away. Wow, what an opportunity it is for Blake and Murphy. Nearly had Kalisto.
Yeah, and that didn't finish off the Lucha Dragons. But again, Jason, a flash of brilliance out of these two men.
And a win here tonight for the upstart team of Murphy and Blake. Needless to say, it'd be huge, Jason.
Huge. The confidence it would give them.
And it might put them in line for a title opportunity.
Oh, Kalisto able to get the leg up.
Oh, look at this.
Look at that.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Wow.
Sunset flip, roll through, and a kick right into the face of Wesley Blake. Here goes Buddy Murphy. Kalisto ducking under, tag made, and here comes Sin Cara.
Here he goes, a much-needed tag.
Flying crossbody. Kalisto up the second rope, look at that. Sin Cara again.
Wow, that was pretty.
Beautiful
Sin
head
Cara
scissor
is
takedown.
feeling it, baby.
Here we go. Sin Cara flying back elbow. Cover, center of the ring. Trying to put away Wesley Blake in a kick out.
Sin Cara and Kalisto so dangerous when they have space. This is when they're at their best.
Wesley Blake trying to cover. Look at that. Buddy Murphy going hard down to the outside.
Oh, I think it took a little bit out of both of them there.
Let's see Sin Cara and Kalisto looking.
Whoa!
My goodness!
What was this guy do?
I don't think I've ever seen that in the history of the WWE.
Sin Cara, roll up and look at the strength.
Look at the strength.
Huge slam. And Sin Cara to the top. Here he comes, diving senton. And the Lucha Dragons with another impressive win.
Here are your winners, NXT Tag Team Champions, the Lucha Dragons.
Wow. And look at this. What can this man not do?
Jason, we've never seen this.
I've
We've never seen that in the
before.
history of the WWE.
I don't even know what to call that.
That's absolutely incredible. And look at the power. Just a straight gangster power out of Sin Cara. For him to be able to do that with that type of power and then fly with this type of agility is exactly why he's one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions. So impressive.
Please welcome my guest at this time, the Vaudevillains. Gentlemen, tonight the Lucha Dragons were victorious. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, let me remind you that we are #1 contenders, the Vaudevillains. And as far as the Lucha Dragons are concerned, it's simply this. Congratulations, boys, on your continued success in NXT. But Simon Gotch and myself, we have a message for you.
Kalisto, Sin Cara, keep the gold shined and the leather oiled. For those titles will not be staying with 2 children. They'll be going home with 2 men.
There they are, champion and challenger Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn ready to do battle. The NXT Championship on the line next in our main event. We have been waiting all night for this matchup. Sami Zayn has been waiting a long, long time. He is fired up and ready to go.
You know, Rich, I'm sorry, you've been waiting all night. I have been waiting all week. Anxiety, I'm trying to fall asleep at night. It's all I think of. I'm getting excited just thinking about it right now.
Why would you be waiting for this all week when we already know the outcome? This man's gonna lose. He's choked in every single pressure situation he's ever been in his entire career.
He's never had as much confidence he has right now. 3 weeks ago, Tyson Kidd. 2 weeks ago, Titus O'Neil. 1 week ago, his Achilles heel, Tyler Breeze. All top contenders for the NXT Championship.
There's no pressure on that. Tonight there's pressure.
There is. This self-imposed pressure.
Sami Zayn said as much. He is on a road to redemption. He wants to prove not only to the naysayers and to his supporters, but to himself that he can win the big match. Jason Albert, as you said, after defeating Tyler Breeze last week, a guy who he could never seem to beat. NXT General Manager William Regal granting this #1 contenders match here tonight.
Tell you, Sami Zayn told, Adrian Neville told Sami Zayn, you cannot win the big one. Did he get into Sami Zayn's head? Guess we'll have to see right here. Alex Riley thinks so.
I'm not the only one that thinks so. The entire WWE universe knows so. I mean, they've watched the history of this man here at NXT. And is Adrian Neville in his head? He doesn't need to be, because if he has any doubts, he just said he does, then he's got no shot tonight. He better believe in himself if he's going to come out of here with the NXT Championship.
Look how relaxed he looks.
Introducing first, the challenger from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing 200 pounds, Sami Zayn. And his opponent from Newcastle, England, weighing 194 pounds, he is the NXT champion, Adrian Neville.
The NXT Championship on the line. 2 competitors, perhaps on different moral ground.
Wait
one who will
Rich.
do.
Look at this.
There it is.
Oh, I love it. I love when that happens, right? The big X is up in the air. You know it's important. It's
Come
great.
on, look at Sami Zayn. He looks confident right there.
Adrian Neville, a competitor who will do whatever it takes to remain champion, and well, does so without apology. We've seen that in the past. And another guy in Sami Zayn who, maybe to his own detriment, wants to do things the right way.
You know, I think in the past, Sami Zayn had self-doubt in his mind, in his head. But I believe this, and I know Sami believes this. He believes he's a superstar and deserves to be on this stage right now. Look at Sami Zayn taking the middle of the ring, man. He's confident.
And that's a great point, Jason. That's exactly how you know your opponent is confident, if he's constantly closing the distance and occupying the center of the ring.
Zayn and Neville know each other extremely well. Have traveled the roads together, have been friends, and all that aside, the NXT Championship on the line. Adrian Neville has defended the championship proudly here at NXT, but Sami Zayn has waited for this opportunity and says his road to redemption ends with the NXT Championship around his waist.
Yeah, and Rich, half of that point was completely worthless because there's no friends in NXT Championship matches.
I disagree with that.
That's why you're sitting here with me.
You could have friends. It's just about respect. These two respect each other.
Pace of this matchup, slow to start out. Each guy trying to feel each other out, looking for any weakness.
And if you know Sami Zayn's offense, and of course we know Adrian Neville's, look for Sami Zayn to try to ground the champion. Keep him off the ropes and keep this in the center of the ring. Make it a true wrestling match.
Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville trying to get things fired up, and here comes Sami Zayn. Whoa, what a drop kick!
Oh, Sami looking good right now.
And Neville needs a breather. Look out, you know what's coming, Sami Zayn. Oh, look at that.
See, there's no room for that.
What do you mean? Sami's got Adrian Neville all out of whack right now. He doesn't know what's going on. And listen to these people.
Jason, that's like a behind-the-back pass in basketball when it's not necessary. It's just showboating for the sake of showboating, and stuff like that could cost you in a championship match, to be honest.
It's funny how it's not necessary when it doesn't work, but when it's worked, it's necessary, and it's working right now.
Look at the show of respect.
This is mind games right now. Like I said before, how confident is Sami Zayn?
Oh! See, that I like. That right there was necessary. That was a good move. That's a mind game right there at the champ.
Some would say Adrian Neville brash and confident. Look at that roundhouse kick. Neville starting to pick up the pace. The NXT Championship on the line. Sami Zayn on the road to redemption. Will it end with the title around his waist?
Is it the grandeur? The excitement? The pure spectacle that makes WrestleMania the biggest event in entertainment? Or is it you? Join the experience and witness history when WrestleMania descends upon the new home of the San Francisco 49ers, Levi's Stadium. Tickets available this Saturday. Be the experience. Capture the memories.
We're back here in this NXT Championship matchup. Quick cover. And a kick out at one by Sami Zayn. Zayn the challenger, Adrian Neville the champion. Two competitors who know each other in and out. They know all the tricks, they know all the moves. The question is gonna be, who will find the weakness to exploit the other and come away with a victory tonight?
Yeah, and Adrian Neville doing a great job of settling back in, dictating the pace of this match, proving right there why he's the champion.
I gotta tell you, Sami weathered the storm.
Neville again for the cover, trying to put Zayn away in a kick out.
To your point, Alice Riley, Adrian weathered the storm. It was all Sami Zayn up front, just taking it to Adrian Neville. Adrian Neville in retreat, but he weathered the storm and now he's in firm control.
Look, Adrian is a smart champion, okay? He knew that Sami was gonna be running on emotion early, and he just had to bide his time until he could regain control of this match.
Sami Zayn getting to this match by defeating Tyson Kidd, Titus O'Neil, Tyler Breeze.
He referred to himself.
Cover, Adrian Neville.
He referred to himself
Zayn able to kick out
as the Count of Monte Cristo, avenging himself for all those who stood in his way. Kidd, O'Neil, Breeze.
Yeah, those are all great facts, okay, Jason? But the longer this match goes, the more desperate Sami Zayn is going to become.
No.
Still not having won the big one, and the pendulum is just going to swing even more into Adrian Neville's direction.
Well, guys, if we've seen anything from Sami Zayn in the last few weeks, that is when he gets extremely desperate, he can be very, very dangerous. I mean, by all rights, Tyler Breeze had him beat. Titus O'Neil had him beat.
Absolutely. There's so much confidence in Sami Zayn from fighting from underneath. He's made a career of it.
Right now, Zayn struggling to get back to his feet, and Adrian Neville.
Adrian doing a very good job of grounding out Sami Zayn, not allowing the NXT universe to get behind him.
And guys, you can make a career out of it all you want. But if you can't perform as a WWE superstar in pressure situations, in big match situations, you might as well pack your bags.
I agree. I agree with that.
Zayn trying to prove to the world and to himself that he can do it. And Adrian Neville, roundhouse kick.
Listen, Al Trally, I said before, Sami Zayn can't win the big one. I was probably his biggest critic. But of late, this look in his eye. Whoa! I think we see a different Sami Zayn. How can you not agree with that?
Zayn trying to dig deep, and right now, both guys,
for me to
are a
believe
little
you,
staggered.
Jason, he has got to win this match tonight.
Look at this battle, these two top-notch competitors here in NXT. Zayn forcing the champion to the outside, and listen to the NXT universe. Look out, here comes Zayn!
And guys, he has got to get Adrian Neville back in the ring. He cannot win the match on the floor.
Let's take one more look at this. Look at the hype from Sami Zayn.
Fireworks here at NXT. Unreal.
Zayn's starting to feel it. Zayn's feeling it. I'm feeling it.
The NXT Championship on the line. Will this be the night that Sami Zayn prevails? Flying crossbody.
Oh, wait a minute.
Neville able to counter.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
That could be it.
Cover, center of the ring, trying to put Zayn away. And a kick out. That standing shooting star pressed by the champion Adrian Neville.
What an opportunity. Do you understand what this means for Sami Zayn? The self-imposed pressure he put on himself, the road to redemption could end here, whether it be the new NXT champion or just another loss for Sami Zayn.
Beautiful counter moments ago by the champion Adrian Neville. What's Neville have in mind right here?
Oh.
Adrian Neville
like going for a powerbomb.
Reversal. Zayn still finding a way to stay in this.
Whoa!
Look at that! Whoa! Sami Zayn for the championship!
Oh my goodness!
Neville somehow able to shimmy his way out of that. Sami Zayn thought he had it right there.
And guys, like I said, the longer this match goes, the more it's going to favor Neville.
How do you figure Sami Zayn's rolling right now?
Because Sami has a tendency to get emotional and desperate.
Guys, take another look at that powerbomb by Sami Zayn. What a reversal and what an impact.
Wow. Does that look like a man who's in an emotional and desperate state right now? Not to me. He looks like he's in control.
Neville fighting back, and right now it's a battle of will.
So I may have spoke too soon.
Look at Sami Zayn, beautiful belly to back suplex.
Oh, he didn't release it. He didn't release it.
Sami Zayn again.
Two. Oh, no, 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 no.
Look at Sami Zayn, my goodness! That's gonna be all! New champion, Sami Zayn's road to redemption, it's here, my goodness! The champ stays in it.
What resilience!
Sami Zayn's in control, though. He doesn't look frazzled.
Don't cut me off. What resilience out of the champion, Adrian Neville. So impressive. And look at that, you can tell Sami's getting frustrated, and he put this pressure on himself, to be honest, guys.
Some people work well under pressure, some don't.
Yeah, he's not one of them.
Obviously, Sami Zayn works very well under pressure.
Sami Zayn perhaps
Oh,
getting
we've
ready
seen
for
this.
the haluva kick. Here comes Sami Zayn. Neville got the leg up.
He might be out. Sami Zayn definitely doesn't know where he is right now. Oh, no!
Critical moment in this match.
We've
Sami
seen
Zayn
this before!
trying to set up for the exploder. Reversal by Neville. Championship on the line. And Sami Zayn stays alive. But a nasty kick by Neville.
That caught flush right in the back of the head. Oh,
Sami
this
Zayn could be out. Sami Zayn could be out cold. And here goes Neville to the top rope. Neville setting up for the red arrow. Wow! Sami Zayn knew it was coming.
his knee. Look at that, he's clutching the left knee.
His knee.
Guys, Neville's hurt.
Whoa! You gotta be kidding me! Adrian Neville! Whoa! Neville retains!
Here's your winner, and still NXT champion, Adrian Neville.
Wow! I don't know what to say.
I know what to say. I mean, when you have an opportunity to finish off the champion and live out your dream, you take it. You don't hesitate for 1 second. And that's exactly what Sami Zayn did. He deserves to lose tonight. Are you kidding me? That's a rookie mistake.
When the referee put up the X sign, that's a major situation. He has respect for his friend. He cares for his friend's well-being, and he didn't want to hurt a wounded person, a wounded friend.
I will quote Rocky III by saying, I didn't hear no bell, and there's no friends in NXT Championship Match.
I agree with that. I agree there's no friends.
To lose.
I don't know if he deserves to lose. I agree there are no friends. He respects Adrian Neville. He respects his well-being. And I mean, Sami Zayn's disgusted with himself, obviously.
Well, guys, Adrian Neville retaining the NXT Championship tonight. Now the trainer out to take a look at Adrian Neville's left knee as Sami Zayn sits there speechless. Let's take a look back at how Adrian Neville injured that left knee.
Perched up top, going for his signature red arrow. Great counter by Sami Zayn, but you can take a look right there. All that force, all that pressure.
Very hard.
Yeah, coming down on that left knee.
And we see Adrian Neville taking advantage of Sami Zayn's compassion. Roll them up, 1, 2, 3. Alex Riley, you say there's no friends. I agree.
As Adrian Neville is tended to by the trainers here at NXT, Sami Zayn, the look on his face tells the story.
Guys, injuries are a part of sports, okay? You're an NXT Championship match. You have an opportunity to finally get your hands on this title. You have got to stay locked in.
One more look at how Adrian Neville injured the left knee as he had Sami Zayn targeted for the red arrow. Look at how hard Neville comes down on that left knee.
You know, I agree with you, Alex Riley. You need to keep your eye on the gold, especially when the opportunity was right there in front of you to make the most of it. It was just so close for him to reach up and grab it. Little compassion. Backfired right there.